This time last year I bought a 50kg Anvil from a brand called 50kg from Amazon for £350 all in. At the time I was looking for second-hand anvils and just anvils in general anywhere I could, and I couldn't find any decent ones. So once this anvil arrived, the box was broken, but it came from Italy. So here you can see the new anvil next to the old one I used to use, which is just a little 10kg cast iron one. Now the rebound of the 50kg anvil actually seems pretty good. It seems pretty hard and it makes a good sound. But in a minute I'll show you some actual forging and you can see, you know, how much better it is. So here's just some making a leaf. I do need to dress the edges of the anvil, and later on I will actually show you removing the paint of the anvil because, let's be honest, this colour is horrible. A few months after I bought my anvil, I noticed that a anvil with the exact same pattern but in 30 kilograms started to become available on eBay. Now these are from the Czech Republic and they seem to come in and out of stock, so they're obviously manufactured there possibly, and they look the exact same. I don't know if they are as good as this one, but it's definitely worth considering because they run about just over £100, and they're available now at the time of making this, but whether they'll stay in stock I don't know. So I'll put a link in the description below if you want to check one out. If you have one, let me know if they're any good. Possibly I could test one in the future. Now there you can see I just checked the anvil for any dents, stings and marks from, you know, the using it. I'm not an experienced smith, but I know a little bit about what I'm doing, and honestly so far this anvil seems really good. After I finished the leaf, I decided I was going to try and make a knife out of this piece of hexagonal scrap stock I had. Now I don't know what steel this is, but it's really hard and it actually takes an edge alright. So I just decided to forge a tip out and then just, you know, played around and tried to turn it into a knife. After I got the rough profile of the tip done, I started to draw out the main blade, so the main body of the blade, just by, you know, drawing out this material. I tried to draw it out width-wise rather than lengthwise. Just doing this by varying, you know, how you strike on the hammer, just checking the anvil again there as well. For these clips I also was using an old coal forge, and later on I'll show you the newer gas forge I started to use. After this point the camera actually died and I didn't get rest of the forging of the knife, but as you can see this is the leaf. It's alright, it's not the best one I've ever done, but it's a good proof of concept the anvil works. And here's the knife. I just basically drew out the tang, folded it over. Again, not the best, but shows that the anvil works. It's a lot harder than the other one, and therefore it means you don't have to put as much energy in. Honestly, I'm quite happy with it. Now all I have to do is remove the paint, build a stand, and dress the edges. I also worked on a few other pieces at the same time, just, you know, drawing out material and basically just practicing some basic techniques and seeing how the anvil held up. There was one little area that I think is a little soft, and that's this top corner here. It's not ridiculously soft, and that's the only place that's got a ding at all. And to be honest, that could just be, you know, where I didn't lay down a strike properly, so that could entirely be my fault. But yeah, overall I'd say it's pretty good. Here's another piece of, this is actually some spring steel. It's a lot harder and it forges out quite nicely. I was also using a Devil Forge that I bought, and honestly I'm pretty impressed with this little thing. It didn't cost a lot of money and it works perfectly. Set it up, run it, and it minimal amount of work needed. As promised, here is the paint stripping. So I basically just applied a very generous coat and kept applying coats, let it sit for a while, and then I did start using a metal brush or a wire brush to scrape off the paint, but this took quite a while, so in the end I decided to use a pressure washer. I didn't film this because it was really quite messy, but yeah, I just used that, and then I used some WD-40 to remove the water. Here you can see the stripped anvil. Now you can actually see some of the temper colours here, or what I think might be the temper colours. Overall, I say I'm really happy with this little anvil. It's not the heaviest, but for my uses it's perfect, and I think for the price it was pretty good. All the others I was looking at were, in the £500 to £600 price range. Here is a little stand I cobbled together with some scrap pieces and a leg vise on the right as well, just to give it some counterbalance, and I will attach it to the floor. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.